Welcome to DVD TV, where impactful moment comes alive. Let's listen and be blessed.
Thank you so much, Daddy. Somebody said, my question is like this: how do I express my opinion without being understood if my leader is not doing or treating people the right way, going by what we learned yesterday about church growth? How do I talk to my leader in such a way that it will not look like maybe I'm trying to insult my leader or something?
Well, that's usually a major problem, very major. In your teaching yesterday, you have said, no matter how great capacity you have, if you are under a leader that lacks that capacity, you can never grow. Young Gicho taught a lesson. He said, if you are in a church that is not growing, maybe it could be an indication that you have been prepared by God to lead something else. So you have to be sensitive. Meanwhile, be wise in your communication. Don't talk to your leader as if he's your student. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Presentation determines response. Presentation. And that calls for wisdom. He said, let not your good be evil spoken of. Mind the way you appear. If you have something to communicate to your leader, do it with high regard, respect. You lose nothing for respecting others. Wise presentation. So put all of these factors together, and of course prayerfully so, to know what practical step to take. I hope that helps somebody out there. It is well with you.
Thank you so much. A wise presentation. Wise presentation. Daddy, somebody else is asking, what can I do what can a leader do when the people you are leading tells it to your face that they do not see you as a leader? They do not see you as a leader despite all your efforts in what you do.
Your effort may be wrong. You see, people talk about, I've done my best. Your best does not equal the right. Doing the right thing is what makes the difference, not doing your best. In school systems, when the result of an examination comes out, somebody scores 30%, and what does he say? I've done my best. I've done my best. You did your best, but you failed. But somebody else scored 90%. What did he do? Not his best, but what was right. Doing the right thing. So, if people should come to you and say, we don't see you as our leader, something is wrong with you, in my view, not with them. Because true leaders will be accepted. It's one thing for you to be presented by superior to people under you. It's another thing for the people under you to accept you. There is a place of being presented. There's another place of being accepted. So, should you be placed as a leader somewhere, don't force yourself. Patiently do what you should do until they accept you. Once I was a young pastor, posted over a church of elderly people, both spiritually and age-wise. And when I'm preaching, some of them close their Bible, close their note. What will this boy say? And I will never speak against an elder. So after the service, I go to greet them. Good evening, sir. If you don't bend, they won't raise you. Good evening, sir. And they say, no, you are a pastor. And gradually, after a while, I hear some of them say, our pastor. And after a while, our father. The boy became pastor, and as I kept bending, he became our father. Don't enforce yourself on people. Don't tell them. I've never opened my mouth once, never, that I'm your leader here. Don't you know I'm your leader? All of you, I'm your father in the Lord. I'm your mama in Israel. No. Now, this is what I do. When I go with my wife, I tell people my wife. They can choose to say our mommy, but I will not impose her on anybody. And by that, both of us have earned the respect. Don't go and say, I am your boss. I'll query you now. That's not how business leaders behave. They try to understand why people behave, they would behave. I do a lot of study of people. I'm a personality student. Student of learning how people behave. Because sometimes you may be wrong in your judgment. Somebody came late to the office as your staff and is not habitual. You need to find out, how are you doing today? It's unusual if you don't come late to office. Are you all right? How is your family? Then he may start crying and tell you his problem. Because workplace is not just work, it's relationship. I talked about relationship yesterday briefly. Relationship. I value you and you get back to give me the value. At work, I care for you. So your hand is very warm today. It appears you need some rest. I'll give you a day off. He didn't ask for it, but you gave him care. How will he not value you as a leader? Be careful. You came too late to work today. Because of your lateness to work, we have lost 5 million today alone. We can't take that. We can't take that. We can't take that. That is for somebody who is not habitual in late coming. That's you talking to someone who brought 30 million to the business within 3 months. You will lose him. Yes, it is. So understand also, leadership is not about position, even at the top. I like to talk a lot about servant leadership. You are serving, even if you're an employer, see yourself as serving their interests, and they will give it back to you in a multiplied form. So, one thing to be presented as leader, another thing to be accepted as leader. The patience to accept, for people to accept you as their leader, is where we miss it a lot. So let's be patient with people. Leadership trait comes a lot with patience, because the people you are leading need to learn, and it will amaze you that you will get it back. You always get back value for value you show to people. God bless you.
Wow. I'll never forget, we spent close to 1 hour. You were teaching me about caring for people, the power of care.
Yeah.
And maybe you want to throw more light on that, how that people will always go to a place where they feel cared for.
Yeah.
How important is care from a leader to the people?
Now, David wrote Psalm 23. I believe from revelation and from his experience, the Lord is my shepherd. Leaders are shepherds, whether in ministry or industry. A great motivational speaker and author, John Maxwell, said, people don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care. There's a difference between teaching people and touching people. Teaching people. Many of us know how to teach, but if you are not careful, you will not find an audience to teach. A touch meaningful, sensitive, timely touch makes a lot of difference. Jesus will say to someone, be of good cheer, with a smile. If they don't cheer up, their ears will not be open to hear what you are saying. Care for people, very vital. And as a matter of fact, you need a heart to accommodate people, to have people. Just like in the physical, the room you have in your house will limit the people you can bring in. Your heart is like a house with many rooms, accommodating different class of people. The obedient one, the disobeying one, who have the potential to obey. Jesus told a parable of a man who who went to plant a seed, and then the enemy came and planted tares. And in the morning they say, hey, master, should we uproot the tares? He said, no, don't uproot it. There are some, real plant that looks like tar. In the process of uprooting the tares, you may make mistake uprooting. He says, so leave them, let them grow together. My wife and I have a young man close to us, very close to us, with their family. He'll be celebrating his 40th birthday tomorrow. Now, he had challenge. He was into drugs. And very deep. Very deep. But we will not throw him away. We understood he was going through some terrific moment. You see, a leader must be compassionate. So he wrote a book, I think at my birthday. He wrote 30 lessons I've learned from my father. And one of the lessons he said he learned is that I never dissociated from him. I saw potential. I didn't see problem. If you care for people, you'll always look out for their potentials. You don't want that potential to die. He said one of the days, I took him by his hand to a public place where many people know him with his problem. But I so associated with him. He said, I didn't care about what anybody would say. And that's what Jesus did. He would sit among drunkards. He wanted them. He wanted them. He didn't approve the environment, but he wanted them. Care can change just anyone. Care can turn a sinner to a saint. Care can bring a backslider back home. There is nothing care cannot do. And care doesn't have to do with money. A touch, a smile, hope to someone. You can make it. You fail, but I will help you to rise. Caring people are not quick to condemn. They correct people, they mold people, they remold people. They care less. Even when you mention your error, they talk you away from it and show you the great things that can happen in your life. Say loud, amen. Do you know many parents have lost their children for lack of care? Any small thing, harassment. The child say, I better leave this environment. And that's lost forever. Keep caring, receive grace for it.
Daddy, thank you so much. Within the time limits that we have, somebody said, this is from the online. Thank you, online people, you're sending in your question. Daddy, as a young pastor in my late 30s in the UK, it often feels overwhelming managing a full-time job, a senior university lecturer with pastoral role of a fast-growing church from 5 members to 150 in less than 2 years, and a young family. How can I manage all of these roles and continue to excel? Thank you for your impact.
There is time and there is season for everything. If you started pastoring a church of 5 people and it's growing, again, get back to God for direction and discretion. I'm not able to cope. Lord, what are you saying? Should I resign my secular job and go full-time into ministry? Which, of course, by my understanding, is a higher calling. Concerns are there. How will I feed my family? Which are very reasonable. But sometimes you need to take a step of faith and not limit God. So this calls for inquiries. Self-inquiry, divine inquiry for God's leading. But the moment you can't cope with the two, please don't divide your attention. One of our great fathers in the nation, two of them, Pastor Abioye was a lecturer. When he was saddled with the responsibility of leading that big organization, at a time when he couldn't cope, left it behind, went into it. Pastor W.F. Kumoye, highly respected lecturer at UNILAG, started fellowship, still doing his lecturing, couldn't cope, left for a higher calling. So we have to be sensitive. There's nothing bad in doing secular job while you start ministry, if that's what your faith can carry. If you cannot absolutely resign and go full-time, you can do some jobs. It's not out of place. In fact, when I started pastoring a small church, I felt I could also go and do some lecturing until the work grew. Before my wife, joined me in full-time ministry, she was working. We encouraged it. But I didn't rely on the income. I still played my responsible role. But to keep everyone occupied, to avoid idleness, keep engaging. But once you discover that you can't cope again, please be very sincere, be well focused. Don't pursue two things at the same time so that you won't suffer loss on the two ends.
Thank you so much, sir. Somebody else is asking, good morning, sir. My name is Peter from Bayelsa State. I have struggled with my musical career for years. After so many years of trials, even after releasing an extensive playlist, I still haven't made any headways. Please, sir, I want your honest spiritual counsel on this. Thank you, sir.
I have always counseled people, generally in ministry, and particularly in music ministry. The problem we run into is that we want to be quickly known. We want to be quickly known. We are so success driven that we miss the success. Go at your pace. Go at your level. Don't seek to be known. Seek to make impact. There are people starting, music ministry today who wants to climb up immediately. They want to become popular artists. David didn't become popular even after he was anointed. He was anointed in chapter 16 of 1 Samuel. He didn't become king until 2 Kings chapter 5. As a matter of fact, when he came out to say he will kill Goliath, his brethren said, we know your pride from the onset. You are very proud. So after he was anointed king, you know what happened? They sent him back to the bush. They anointed you, who are you? He didn't argue. He went back to face his work until the appointed time. I want to urge us, don't seek to be known. Don't seek to be heard. This is one of the crazy things today in the social media. We are always busy looking for followers. After service, some people go and sit down. How many people followed me today? How many people followed me today? And you become so crazy that suddenly you go to another person's channel or platform. You see, 20 people followed it, 20,000. I am finished. 20,000 people. 20,000 people. Meanwhile, you need to know the journey of that person. Don't bug your head. I tell people, don't pray for success. Do what others are doing to succeed. Very simple. You wanted systems, church system. You went to Orlando to find out how they are doing it. Not that you are wishing and you are struggling and announcing in the church, we are going to grow. You are wasting your time. Don't seek to be known. Don't seek to be popular. I don't ask how many people are listening to me. No, I don't find out. Because it can distract your attention and get you into contention. And get you into hunger. And you go and preach. There are some people, you know what I'm talking about, some people are following them. But instead of they following us, you don't need all of that. So I want to urge this, my beloved brother, if he's a brother or sister, and encourage you. There is time, there is season. Meanwhile, stay where you are faithfully. If you are faithful in little, you will soon blow out. You will soon blow out. Be patient. Keep nurturing. If they invite you for naming ceremony, they say, can you see that now? They invite some people to big conferences, naming ceremony. This is where we miss it. This is where we miss it. Stay at your level. Function so. Don't go and borrow to produce album. I don't do anything that God does not provide for. When we were growing up, my wife is witness. There are certain ministers of the gospel I will never invite to come and preach. Because we can't pay for the hotel. We can't pay for the transportation. Then we used to invite people who will stay with us in our house. Moderate, people who can travel by road. Because even me at that time, I used to travel by night bus. And not full seat attachment. There's time for everything. You will surely get there. Don't borrow money. The program we are doing here, fully paid for. Everything is fully paid for. But perhaps I couldn't have done that years ago. When you grow, it will fit. When you grow, it will be easy. Anything stretching you and overstretching you. So don't mistake, when we say stretch, we mean put in your best, your maximum. Not that you should overstretch yourself. In science, they tell us that there is elastic limit. If you go beyond your elastic limit, paralysis. Your mouth will bend, your hand will bend. You know why? Hypertension. You know, hypertension means tensioning your life to hyper level until it becomes irreparable. My doctor is laughing here. Please go ahead.
Thank you for watching. I believe you are blessed already. So don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and share this video. Subscribe to this channel, and God bless you.